Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much again for amazing response to my last two videos. Coming back to today's topic, it's all about understanding your child. So if your baby is infant in the 6 months period, their only need is food and sleep. So they will cry if they are hungry, if they are tired, or if they are sleepy. So understand that that is the way of their communication, and that accordingly you will have to make sure what is their need at that point of time if they are crying. So after 6 months, they start exploring. They crawl, they roll, they sit. Some babies start walking after 9-10 months also, and basically the reason of their crying might be if they might get hurt, when they are doing all this, going through all these developments. So that might be also the case, and now they have started understanding their mother is their primary caregiver. So if they don't see her for long, when they crave for her presence, then also they start crying. So that is also their way of expressing. And after 12 months, basically from 12 to 18 months also, they are very young. After I saw my daughter, I will not say that that's a toddler phase. They are still baby, I would say. They don't understand so many things. They are just growing, and so all these things are only their way of communication. After 18 months, they start understanding the things slowly. Many milestones will be achieved, and slowly all this tantrum phase starts, before reaching the 2-year milestone. And accordingly you'll have to understand, because a lot of things are going around them, meeting new people. Now they are able to figure out their routine, like at this point of time they have their breakfast. After taking bath, if you allow screen time, okay, they know that this time you allow screen. So they also get confused, if they are going through a routine and if for some reason one day the routine is not followed, so they also get confused. So all these things, sometimes confuse them, and they also get irritated. So that then also they start crying. So these are just the starting point of reaching the 2-year milestone. And this 18 to 2 years also go through a lot of changes, a lot of emotions, and you might see a lot of crying. And now when coming to the 2-year toddler phase, yes, it is very true that the moment your child turns 2, they will throw a lot of tantrums. And this is the testing phase for all the parents. I didn't thought कि अच्छा tantrums तो बोलते हैं, but I didn't expect it कि इतना ज़्यादा भी होता है. But yes, you will have to prepare accordingly, and there will be tantrums for a lot of things, very silly things. You will have to understand what is their need at that point of time. So there might be cases when they crave the mother's attention, or maybe the father and the mother are sitting, both the parents and the baby are sitting in the room, and both are busy on phone, or maybe they are doing something, and the child is feeling left out. So then also the child starts crying, or starts shouting, screaming. So basically, to understand your child, you will have to pause, and you will have to observe carefully what is their need. If they are screaming or shouting or crying, and you also start shouting, without understanding, all these things get heat up, and the situation will get worse. Okay, so for example, your child is happy playing in the home, okay, and he suppose your child kept some toys in a proper way, and you just came and you didn't thought ki, the child kept the toys properly, and you just kept the toys somewhere, and only because you took the toys and kept somewhere, they will start crying. And sometimes we are also loaded with so many things, we don't understand why all of a sudden the baby started crying. And some parents who are not able to control their anger, they start yelling, and then it becomes a different thing. So you will have to take a pause and you'll have to understand why the baby have shouted all of a sudden, why started screaming. So you'll have to then calm down yourself first, and then you'll have to calm down your baby, that mama didn't see, I didn't know that you kept it here. And I'm telling you from my experience, if you make the child understand very nicely in a polite, in a calm tone, your tone should be very calm and polite, then your baby is definitely going to understand. So I would like to give one example from mine. So recently my child was not well. So yes, her screen time got increased, and one day I was feeling guilty like anything. I was like, what am I doing? I will have to engage her. No, I cannot let her watch screen for so long. If she was not well, she knows her routine when she get her screen time, so I don't get any tantrums. But as she was not well, she didn't have energy, she was not playing. She knew that if I throw a tantrum now, I might get the screen time. So the moment I closed the TV, and she just started screaming, she cried like anything. I was in my kitchen, she came to me and she started pulling my trouser, and she was crying like anything. She was shaking her hands, her face became red, and I just told myself, no, don't lose your cool, just make her understand. Then I took her on my lap, and I was cooking him with one hand. I took her on my lap and I made her understand. I started explaining her why excess screen time is not good. I told her that at what time, when mama allows you screen time, and everyone tells that बच्चे छोटे हैं, they don't understand things. Baby may not understand what things are happening around them, what's happening in the world, but babies understand the minute and simple instructions which you tell them, the routine which you follow. They observe in how the things happen from day to night in their home, and they understand what's going around. And I told her so nicely. She's got calmed down for some time, then again she started crying. She was trying her best, if for some reason, if I could give her. But I also stick to my thing, and this is called gentle parenting with boundaries. I stuck to my thing, I talked to her politely, and I also didn't let her watch the screen. And yes, she understood, and I told her that play with your favorite toys. So I gave her a hug, I kissed her. When your baby is crying or screaming, just go down to their level, give a hug, and the warmth which they get through your hug, that also soothes them, that also calms them down. Sometimes it may happen they are very angry and they might push you. Don't get angry, they don't know anything. Don't get angry at all, and don't just let your ego come in between. They don't know anything, they don't understand all these things, but yes, they understand all the minute instructions or the minor things which you tell them regularly. So the warmth which they get from us, especially from mothers, and the tone of our voice, how politely and calmly you tell them, that makes them understand. When they don't get the attention, then also they start crying. They cry like anything when they crave your attention. Sometimes it may happen, you go out, you met your friends, but they will not let you talk to your friends because they feel left out, because you went with your child and then you started talking to your friend and the child felt left out, and the child will be like, why mama is not giving importance to me? So this feeling left out is very common in toddlers. The only way to understand is you'll have to take a pause and you'll have to understand why this thing happened. So parenting is really challenging, and you will have to be the good parent for your child's good future, for your child's good mental health. And that's why the understanding your child from the beginning is important, which will help you to manage your child's tantrums, and that will help your child in when they grow up to manage their emotions. and the way you tackle the situation, when they will face some difficult situations, they will also look back and they're like, okay, if my parents would have been in my place, they would have managed this situation like this. So it is all about the small small things which they see from the childhood, and that shapes them. Sometimes this may also happen that your baby is crying and you're not able to understand why she is crying or why he is crying. When they start communicating, sometimes we don't understand what they are communicating. So in that case, the only advice is just distract them. The only advice is distract them. If you haven't understood why they are crying, what is happening, just distract them. Maybe take them to the balcony, show something, flowers, whatever they like, or give them some favorite toy which they are very fond of, or sing songs, do dance, music, play music. Like, music helps us to relax our mind. Music helps children also to relax themselves. Play music, and the moment the music, beautiful music, starts playing, the vibes of the home only changes, and that also helps them to calm down. Start dancing. If they love coloring, take out colors, start coloring. If they love watercolor, start coloring. Mess hoga, kuch bhi nahi chalega, but just distract them. If that is the last thing, if you haven't understood at all. So hope you liked my video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.